Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Shadrach. If you have been following this channel, you know that some time back I tested the glucose monitor from Dexcom, and after using it for a while, I had a shocking revelation when I realized that I was pre-diabetic. And as such, I had to take major actions to remedy that condition. And today, I can safely say that I'm no longer pre-diabetic, and as such, I want to share this video with you on how I went from pre-diabetic up until today and also my experience with the monitor. So firstly, let's start with the numbers first. So this is the report that I got from the Dexcom app. I want us to focus on this number here, GMI 5.9%. So the GMI, which is the glucose management indicator, it is an estimate of the HbA1c, which is a test that you will normally do if you go to a lab to test your glucose level over time. So at the time, my GMI was 5.9%. That places me between 5.7 and 6.4, which is pre-diabetic. And if you are 5.7 and below, it is considered normal or healthy. If you are 6.5 and above, it is considered diabetic. If you find yourself on the ranges between 5.7, 5.6 and even 5.5, I will recommend that you take action so that you can remedy that condition, because it means that there are some resistance there. Lastly, I want to share with you this graph here. So the monitor, it updates each and every 5 minutes. So you are able to see in real time how certain foods spike your glucose levels. So this is the graph that is showing those numbers. So what happened is that after I realized that I was pre-diabetic, during that time I was already preparing for my exams. And I didn't want to take drastic actions because I was not sure how my body will react. So what I did is that I removed all the obvious sugars on my diet. I started to go for a run. Each and every now and then I'll run. Once my exams were over, then I committed fully into my health and fitness. What I did is that I joined the gym. I was going to the gym twice in a day. So I'll go in the morning and in the afternoon. I made sure that per week I reached a minimum of 180 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. I also incorporated resistance training as well, which I then find out that I actually love resistance training. To complement my fitness journey, I committed to an intermittent fasting. So I had an eating window of 4 hours. I was eating between 4 and 8, and I was fasting for 20 hours, doing what is referred to as the clean keto. I was following Dr. Berg's advice on that. I will leave the link to his channel on the description below. He does give valuable insights and advice on the clean keto. Additionally, I supplemented my diet with essential minerals and vitamins so that I do not get deficient on those. After 3 months, which was November, December and January, of being strict in the diet and the exercise as well, I managed to lose 10 kgs. So when I started, I was weighing 108, and currently I'm weighing 98 kgs. Weight 98 is at the borderline of overweight on the BMI scale. So I must still work on that so that I can be on the healthy side on the BMI scale. My GMI managed to go down from 5.9. Currently, I'm averaging around 5.2, 5.3. So I managed to move from 5.9 to 5.2. Even though I was enjoying using the monitor, but it has got some downside as well. One of those is that it is expensive. So if you are not diabetic, there are very few medical aids that cover it. But if you are diabetic, majority of the medical aid in South Africa does cover it. So I would recommend that you talk to a medical aid provider to know if they do cover it. So if you're going to buy it cash, it is not budget friendly. Secondly, I was using the phone to connect to the monitor, so which meant that my phone had to be in range with me always. And I do not like to keep my phone with me always, so that was a bit of a challenge to me. The good thing about it is that it does connect to an Apple Watch. So if you've got an Apple Watch, I would recommend that you use that to connect so that you don't have to keep your phone in range with you always. Another downside, which was very frustrating to me, is that they advise that you must keep the monitor somewhere here. And I realized that when I keep it here, it falls off. And once it falls off, you can't put it back. So it means that you have to get a new one. So what I then did is that I placed it somewhere here. I realized that it works better for me if it is placed here than here underarm. The benefits of the continuous glucose monitor is that you are able to see how certain food spike your sugar level in real time. And I think that is a very valuable information. And it is not only the food that will spike your sugar level. There are some lifestyle factors that will spike it, like your sleep and your stress as well. So to be able to get that overall view, I think it is very important. For someone who is diabetic, you must have a continuous glucose monitor so that you are able to know in real time how certain food spikes your sugar levels, because I've realized that food does not impact our glucose level in the same way. To you, it might not spike it, but to me, when I eat it, it might spike it. And I've realized that there are also certain food that are advertised as healthy, but when you eat them, they actually spike your sugar level so high. And as such, I'll be making videos on how certain food spikes my glucose levels. I know that is individual based, but I believe the information can be able to give you idea how certain food can spike your glucose level. Thank you very much for watching up to so far. That is all I wanted to share. And cheers. I'll see you in the next one.